Hello and welcome to this blind let's play of The Legend of Heroes Trials in the Sky first chapter with me, Estelle JRPG. I've not played this anymore before, so this is going to be completely blind. I have never played a Legend of Heroes game. A little bit about me: I'm British, if you can't tell by the accent. I love games like this. I upload 3 times a day, usually a whole bunch of a mix of different JRPGs, quite a lot of them blind, especially for ones that I haven't seen before. So I tend to mainly it's just me enjoying the process, guys, and I know some of you enjoy watching me too. One disclaimer: I am awful with pronunciations, and I tend to have little terms that I call J-isms. So if I choose to call something a certain way and it's not quite right, I apologise, but I'm probably going to continue doing it because once I choose a phrase, it stays. Without further ado, I'm excited to do this. Everyone on Reddit, everyone on the forums loves this series, and I'm excited to really get into it and see what happens. So without further ado, let's go. So normal, hard, nightmare. We're going to go for normal. I'm not going to crucify myself.
Daddy's real late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'll be home today, too. And Shira's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll practice with my staff a bit more before dinner.
I'm home.
Daddy.
Sorry to have kept you, Estelle. Did you take care of the house while I was away?
Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy?
Oh god, I hate saying daddy.
You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you?
Nope, I'm fit as a fiddle. That reminds me though, I bought you a present.
Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole, sneakers, something for my training?
Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry?
I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Dad, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present?
You're a sharp one. Now why don't you come and have a look?
What?
Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think?
What? Why is my present a boy?
Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up.
Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? He looks dead if you ask me.
I treated his wound, so he should be in a stable condition.
Cassius is his name. Interesting.
In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him into bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. He sure sleeps soundly, and he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too.
He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair, and a pair of amber eyes to go with it.
That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up?
Fess up?
Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mom?
Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from... Scheherazade, I assume?
Yep, that's right.
For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I met this boy while I was out on business, and I don't even know his name.
You mean Barisa business?
Something like that. Oh, look.
Huh?
He's waking up.
Wow, his eyes really are color of amber.
Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try and rest.
What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die?
Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright! Do you have any idea who you're getting yourself involved in?
Hey.
She just drop-kicked him.
You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal.
And just who are you supposed to be?
I'm Estelle Bright.
She's my daughter.
With his pencil bar moustache.
Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age?
Now that you mention it. Wait a minute, don't try and chase the sub.
Brutal by Estelle.
Ugh. Quit yelling. Alright already, alright. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to heal me any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling?
I can't do that.
Never mind, just forget it.
As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even if I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough.
Yeah, I can see that.
By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name, you know, the thing that people call you. I told you mine already, so don't you think it'd be unfair and impolite not to tell yours?
It seems the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment.
Fine. My name is...
There we go. Yeah, I don't know. All I know about this game is I know that it's kind of got a cult following, and that it originally came out for the PSP. And I know that it's related to the Trials of Cold Steel games, which again I have not played. And that it's kind of famed for world building. It's meant to be good. Everyone always says it's amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to do it. Right, let's do this again. It's so bright in here. Yawn. Yeah. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Is that what the name of the boy is? I guess that's a no. Well, I better get myself in... I guess. Here we go, it starts already, guys. I guess I better get myself ready then, too. I'm a big fan of how it looks already. Seems like Joshua's playing the harmonica? Very well, if I might add so myself. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. No, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, even though even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind, that with that siren song of yours, great Jenny lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something of my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how unfortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It is a really nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I can play the harmonica like you, Joshua. I wish I could. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It really is a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I'll guess my problem is just that I don't do something that uses my whole body. I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around, kind of stuff like reading and music. No girls are going to be impressed with that. I mean, that's not necessarily true. Well, excuse me for being unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I start finding beetles in the hallway.
Hey, Estelle, Joshua.
Morning, Dad. Oh, he's calling him Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready?
It's ready and waiting. Why don't you both hurry on down before it gets cold?
Okay, I'm on my way.
Thanks for the grub, Dad.
Boy, am I stuffed.
Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle?
Like people say, kids who eat and sleep grow a lot.
Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into some work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right, I'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point.
And once we're finished, we'll be braces just like you, Dad.
That means I'm not gonna let anyone treat me like a kid anymore, either.
You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning. In other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer.
What's a bracer?
Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too.
That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we?
Well, let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember?
Huh? Wait, what test?
Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle.
You know, the one that checks whether or not we mastered the skills we've been learning in training? Don't you remember Shira saying that if we failed, we'll be stuck with a ton of extra homework?
Crap, totally forgot. Now you mention it, I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll manage it somehow or another.
Stop. Honestly, I don't know how you survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could a child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality?
Ha, you're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you.
I swear you two act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shira's gonna be waiting for us there.
Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular I'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests?
Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about a Ron-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce?
What's that?
I think it's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs. You're right, I just want to see what kind of reaction I could get. I just have the usual fried fish and omelette. No need for anything fancy, but I do try to make something edible.
How rude. But exactly what he says is but I can't exactly say he's wrong.
Actually, I've got one more favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of Liberl News from the general goods store. They're supposed to be getting the latest issue today.
Got it. One copy of Liberl News from the general goods store.
50 mirror. I'm guessing that's what coins are in this game. If there's any money left, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending.
Alright, Dad. Thanks, Dad.
Okay, we're heading out now, Dad. See you later. Work hard and give Sherazad my regards.
And we get control. Off for the first time. Let's have a quick look here. So we've got Estelle Bright. I need to figure out what X is. So we've got Estelle Bright, we've got Joshua Bright, Twin Dirks, Leather Vest, Dual Strike. We've got equipment. We've got nothing to do there. We've got Orbment. I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure we'll find out. We've got a Liberl Kingdom map. Tactics. Oh, interesting. Options here. And then files. And we can save at any point. That is nice. That is very, very nice. Let's have an explore. I want to see if there's usually stuff that you can grab. Secret things. So, let's have a look in here. Anything on the good to go. We're outside now. It controls very fast. They run incredibly fast. This looks like it is Estelle's room. This looks like it would be Joshua's. There is a treasure chest here, but we are not able to open it. So maybe treasure chests come in a different form. So we've apparently got some sort of exam today. Anything for me? No. For the Bracers Guild, I'm sure we'll discover what a bracer is. We know that our dad is one. So, it feels like we should be going to Liberl. So the map's up there. Oh, we can rotate. I love it when you can do this. This is standing lock for staff practice. Okay. I love a screen rotate like this. That's why I liked Persona 2 in a sense in so much, because it enabled me to just be like, woo, I can see everything. Right. I'm guessing we're going to have to go this way. Elise Highway. Ooh. We'll ignore that happened, guys. So, I mean, it is beautiful. The characters look a bit strange. I'm not going to pretend that they're not, but they're pretty good. Right, so we need to go get the Liberl News. West is the Bright House. North is Rolent. South is Great. Selge. What is a Selge? That'd be good to know. I like the fact that our characters' bars, so the city of Rolent, I like the fact that our characters' bars are at the bottom of the screen. It's nice as well.
It looks like we made it in good time. Not too early, not too late either. We barely just graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'll have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place. So I don't know what you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's go make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Ooh, pretty man.
Let's keep it on this just for now. I'm kind of figuring out what the buttons are. There seems to be a gun shop here. We need to get the Liberl news, right? Liberl. So let's go look in the general store. Talk.
Good morning, Mr. Rhiannon.
Hello there, Estelle and Joshua.
You were up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes?
Now that you mention it, are those new ones in stock? You know, like the new Stragers?
I don't care about shoes at all. I actually do need to buy some new shoes. What's a camp mean? Because mine are fucking falling apart, but it's irrelevant. Anyway,
unbelievable, you're actually already forgotten what we came in to do to begin with. You know, at our shop, we're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberl News for Dad, right? Ah, of course. You're always a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid the new Stragers aren't out yet. If you're in the latest issue of the news, should have them around noon. That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll stop by right after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you.
Okay. What's upstairs?
Hello. The morning air is so crisp and fresh. Let's see, it's about time I water my lovely flowers.
There we go.
There's a pointless balcony.
Right. So, we need to make it to the Bracer Guild. This is the Orbal factory. I'm sure we'll learn what that is at some point. The guild. Arms and guards. We've already got some weapons. What do you want?
I'm on my way over to the forest of Mistwald in the south of here.
I like the fact there's the pigeons.
Here for work. There's a merchant from Bose who came here to buy lumber. I need to get enough ready for the order I received.
Okay. I will go into the Bracers Guild.
At some point. I'm having an explore.
The mayor's residence. So this must be where the mayor of this town is. I can't see anything. I'm mainly looking to see if I can find out what a treasure chest looks like. Let's not head into there though. I want to go talk to some NPCs. That's the thing that everyone kind of told me about this, is that the NPCs is good. We've got the hotel. We definitely don't need to go there.
Take me with you. I'm the one who told you about the place to begin with.
Pat. So we've got the Abend Bar, which I'm guessing we're going to be too young to go into.
It's almost time to start our training, Estelle. Let's head over to the guild house on South Avenue. Alright.
We're being blocked. He's blocking us.
What is this?
Landing port, so there must be a port over here. I want to speak to the guy at the front.
If you want to go with me, you're going to have to catch me first.
That is Luke.
There's a kid here. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Did you two really become bracers? What? How did you know that? It's because I'm working in Meteor is my future goal. I'm going to join the Liberl News Service and work hard as a reporter. Don't take my information lightly either. Oh, sure thing. My gut feeling says that you two are going to be in the tabloids. Oh, well, thanks. Isn't it romantic that you two lovers are bracers who stand for justice? I have this feeling that juicy drama is about to unfold. Lovers? Joshua and I are lovers, we're family. You don't understand anything, Estelle. Joshua's adopted. Things could go either way in the future, right? Plus, leaving it would surely please the readers. Readers? Anyway, I'm looking forward to the both of you in more ways than one.
What an intense child. What are you?
Armand, the girl is so cute. I've got the courageous and try and talk to her.
What girl? Is there a girl that you're staring at here?
The weather is so wonderful and revitalizing today. I have this strange feeling that something good is going to happen.
Okay, there's not that many NPCs around. Let's have a look in here.
Well, look by the cat you're drinking. Estelle and Joshua, how you been?
Good morning, Mr. Fate.
Good morning, sir. How's your father Cassius? Is he doing well?
Yep, he's doing so well that he might even surprise you. I don't think there's anyone his age who's in such good shape.
Is that so? My daughter's really wanted to see him, but he hasn't showed his face around here in a while. Could you give him a message for me? Tell him that Fate says he would like to talk about the old days sometimes.
Sure, we'll tell him. Hey, Joshua. How does Mr. Fate know Dad so well again? I know they're friends and all, but I heard that they were battle buddies during the days in the Royal Army. Oh, that's right.
The attention to detail for some of these things is amazing. We can't climb up this stairs though. But, like, there's just like little knickknacks around the room. I feel like I am going to enjoy this. Even though I do think this is a very, very hyped game. Right. I'm not going to look into the other things. Let us go into the Bracer Guild.
There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina.
Aina. I'm going to say Aina. Good morning.
Is Shira here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to both of you. Thanks.
We'll do our best. Can I interact with anything? Apparently not, but I can come behind here. So this is the Bracers Guild. I'm sure we'll see what that means at some point. Let's go meet. Ah, her, the tarot card lady. She's Shira.
The Star and the Hanged Man. The Hermit and the Magician. The last of all, the inversion through the wheels of fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shira.
Shira?
Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for you both to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured why not? I'm ready to get the show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way that I can think of to make sure that a high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel the enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Joshua, she's picking on me!
Don't worry, Shira. While Estelle hates studying and rarely ever does her homework, ex-Wrestling is over naive and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an Orbment with some practice. Eventually. Probably.
I guess there's not much I can do except now, but hope for the best. Hold on a second, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shira, what are you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face is really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to begin with the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You can't read the cards? How is that surprising to hear? Actually, it's more profound than the meaning cards. More difficult they become to interpret. But it's not important right now. I think we'll start your final training. If you give a brief rundown of all the information we covered in your previous training, this is a minimal level of knowledge the bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah.
Okay. What would I like to know? Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which operate using what is known as Orbal Energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or processed septum installed. I'm guessing it's like materia from number 7. Although it's been 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters and other everyday products to weapons, magic and even airships. In connection, the technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. Okay. About the bracers. Bracers are an investigative and combat specialist who work to protect their civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They will aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the Bracers in each region. About Liberl. Liberl? Yeah, I'm just going to call it Liberl. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemarian continent, and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading processors of the septum on the continent, and is known for its high level of technology used to develop Orbments. Orbment technology has also been the key pillar of support in Liberl in protecting its independence and it has contended with neighbouring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of Orbal-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Okay, that's all. Let's see, since we've got a amount of stuff here to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? Was today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, it means that you're going to be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have both of you run through everything as if it was a real bracer job. So you're saying is, there won't be any studying at the desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure that you have your work up a sweat. I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously what our doctor just ordered. I didn't know I was going to do something if I had to sit... I didn't know I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush packed to the desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's hope the smile on today's face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on the first objective, shall we? Let's have it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing, but before that, there is something we need to give both of you. Aina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure you don't lose them. A Bracer Notebook. Bracer notebooks serve as official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything that you hear, or anything that you might find, and where. These kind of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's gonna be a pain. They're really setting up Estelle here to be a little bit... She's got a little bit of ADHD. Please tell me if you were playing tricks on me, because I swear I only heard one response. Sure, there were two. Keep accurate accounts of events. It is an important duty for all bracers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it actually really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You see the bulletin board standing there? I do. First, I want you to go check out the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached and exclamation point mark will appear, pressing OK button will display the jobs list. By selecting jobs names on the list, you can review their details. So, there's a job guild system, is what I'm figuring out here. So, let us... Training, retrieval, new. So, client, Shirzad, pays, 50 mirror. Direct request, the training will involve searching the sewers, course, sewer level, always beneath roller, and bring back the contents of a chest. See Shirzad for details. Okay. Details of job confirmed in bulletin board and other important events will automatically be recorded in the Bracer Notebook. The Bracer Notebook can be found easily by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. That can be accessed by configuring a Bracer Book shortcut on the Configuration menu. Okay. Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a Bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk of duty is starting to cram my style. Sure, there's lots of rules to follow, but there will be an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for someone much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha!
Well, before all the motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What's that going to be this time? We're going to be heading across the street to Mr. Mader's Audible factory and learning about how to use its services. He graciously taken his time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure you're to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here's what you need to learn about how to use Orbal factory services. An Orbal factory can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to attain Orbal arts. Arts have been a wide range of effects, and if mastered can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these Orbal factories. Anyway, this is about much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, wouldn't you mind taking over from here?
No problem, leave everything to me.
So what is it that you would like to know? Okay, Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that their lights, airship engines and so on are also types of ornaments. However, these ones are discussing today are battle ornaments to enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since the ornament is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structure for each device can also differ from each owner. Simply put, the shape of fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots may be opened at the Orbal factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of splith too. I'm guessing that's money. EP, which is needed for magic, can also have a max. You will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So what is that you would like to know about? Orbal arts. Simply put, Orbal arts are magic. Yep, in other words, number of peculiar effects caused by Orbal Energy stored with these mechanical devices. Since Orbal arts can be a mouthful, there are universally referred to as arts, probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to use them, their corresponding quartz must be first synthesized at an Orbal factory. Orbments are also set up once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and combinations of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, you have to install the quartz with water elemental value, like materia. Yep. Okay, I get that. Quartz are circuits made from spliff. A vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities and simultaneously make it possible to use arts. However, you'll not be able to harness any of these effects until the quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are fixed slots in which only certain types of elemental quartz can be installed. That being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure that you check your orbment and decide where you should be installing it ahead of time. So that's where you'd like to know about. Okay, and spliff must be like a fragments of septum which is dropped by monsters. They divide into 7 types. Earth. Okay, so it's like you collect shards, effectively. And there's earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, and mirage. Spliff can be exchanged for mirror almost anywhere, but at an Orbal factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and open ornaments or slots, which is used to install synthesized quartz. So what would you like to know about? That seems pretty good to me. It looks like Mr. Mendes has answered your questions. If there's anything else, then let's both of you try and use the services here. For that you're going to need some spliff. Received several of each type. With that amount you should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now I want you to begin first making elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbment. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop you would be able to exchange silver for mirror, but with this training you will not be able to use this service. Port approaching, counter, talk, yep. Let's make some quartz. Give Freddy a collar over here. Why give us the option? Anyway, okay. This is confusing. We've got insufficient things to open, apparently, but we can do quartz. So, what should we do? Let's do an attack. We'll take an action. Should we just do one of each? Is that the idea? Okay. Thank you.
Alright, looks like we were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install the quartz into your Orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts.
Yeah. I've seen that section of the screen. I want to configure stuff in my item section. So the brace notebook's here. Right, so how do I do this? Time quartz only. So we're going to have to put action. So you've like clock up and soul blur. And Estelle, all quartz. Which one should we use?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, you know. There's more stuff with HP, but we'll do attack. Oh, we want us to use healing magic, right?
Alright, looks like you both got recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts between each other, like you've done here, you should be able to make dealing with monsters easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information which quartz allow you to do which arts. You're allowed to use more powerful checks. Check out the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have you open a new slot with your Orbments. The more slots you have available, the more broader range of choices you can have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to separate and open the slots in each of your Orbments. Go and decide which slots you are going to open.
Okay. Slot. I don't know which is better. I mean, this feels like the better idea because it leads to more. But let's open one up on Joshua. All quartz okay, all quartz okay.
I see you've opened multiple Orbment slots, Estelle. Since your essential slot is limited to any particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training here at the Orbal Factory. Now it's time to move onward to what you'll be waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you say test? Can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Ah, now you mention it, I vaguely remember something along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for your future at the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area.
I think this would be a good point to say, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time as we carry on and do our test. Peace.